We have made it. We are at Everest Base Camp. It's been a long journey, many days of hiking, up and down, but we are here and I can't describe the feeling. It's amazing. It's amazing. And Everest is right up there in between these two rocks. And the crazy people who want to summit it go up this Kungu ice fall right through the middle, the dangerous part. So, yeah, very happy to be here. Today was supposed to be our acclimatization day. I will say that I thought that meant just hang out in the town, but no, that meant let's hike up a little bit more. We hiked up to about 3,800 meters today to a place called Everest View Hotel. Amazing views of Everest. We got to see the Dublin, all the, I guess, mountains kind of surrounding Everest. Then we walked down to a town nearby, visited a local monastery. And then began our descent back down to Namche Bazaar. I have to say, I never thought that I would enjoy climbing up, but I really do not enjoy climbing down, so I'd much rather go. It is tough on the knees. And it's going to be the last place that we have a hot shower. So I am going to enjoy that one more time before we start tomorrow. Now we're staying in the village of Tinguche. You can see on the Dublin in the background, Everest is hidden. Our lodge is over here. It's a very lovely lodge. It has its own bakery, and we also got to check out the monastery, which is right behind me. Even got to hear the monks meditating, which is pretty cool. But yeah, it's been a great day. Are now at 4,360 meters. We'll be here for 2 days. Tomorrow we'll use a day to acclimatize, but as you can see, we're just surrounded by beautiful peaks, and it's just hard not to take it all in and enjoy the view. Hi everyone, we have finished day 7 of trekking, and today consisted of trekking from Dingbouché to La Bouché. It was only a 7-kilometer hike, not too bad. A bit of a struggle for me today again with the altitude, slight headache, but thankfully there was no steep ascents. It was kind of a gradual climb. We saw, right before we got to La Bouché, the memorials that were placed to the fallen climbers that lost their lives trying to summit Everest, and that included some very famous hikers, people that set world records. Anyways, we made it here round 2. There's not really much to do after that because sunset's around 4:30 and it gets very cold, and when I say very cold, about -20. We stay in these little lodges that also have no heat, save the dining hall, which is just a small fireplace. And the only way to sleep is in literally all your clothes, including your hat. I am in a sleeping bag, covered up by 2 duvets, tucked in as warmly as I can, praying up I don't have to get up too many times in the night. But yeah, this isn't even our coldest night yet. That's tomorrow. So good luck to us sleeping. And we have a very, very early start tomorrow. We will be trekking to base camp, and we will be starting at 6:30 a.m. So it's an 8:30 p.m. bedtime for us. Hygiene. Forget it. The majority of the places you're going to go, you're going to find the Eastern squat toilets. Toilet paper, not going to be provided. So definitely going to need to bring your own. You're lucky if there's soap. And even if there is soap, you're going to be washing your hands in freezing water. Shower facilities. Yeah, they're going to be there, but you're going to have to pay extra, and it's not recommended given the freezing temperatures at that altitude. So it's best to bring toilet paper, bring body wipes, because that's the way you're going to shower. Hand sanitizer, that is a must at every turn. Bring a bar of soap if you want to wash your hands. And definitely facial wipes. Just at night, you're going to want to wipe off all the dust that's accumulated on your face. Food. There are limited options, and I'll be honest, the food is very bland. The majority consists of noodles, maybe some other kind of noodles, bread, eggs. They put eggs with everything, potatoes. Now, I'm a vegetarian, so ordered veg dishes. Veg was sparse. I mean, we might have seen a shred of a carrot and a shred of cabbage there. So if you have food allergies, or you're gluten intolerant, or you're a vegan, it's probably best to discuss this pre-departure to see how you're going to fare. Milk, there'll be some along the earlier routes, but there is no soya milk. There's no oat milk. It'll just be full-on milk. Cheese, it's mostly yak cheese, so try not to think about it if you're going to have it. There's powdered milk. Again, and as I said, eggs with everything. That's probably the main source of protein you're going to get as a vegetarian. There is meat available. I can't vouch for it as I didn't have it. However, it's not recommended as there's not going to be any fresh source of meat at that level. Anything coming in up at those high altitudes will be brought in by yaks. So our guide recommended us not to eat meat. Travel. Now this is essential. I would highly recommend having probably 2 days before and definitely 2 days after your trek on either side. You could use the pre-departure as your time to sightsee in Kathmandu, go see the local sites, maybe pick up some last-minute items before the trek. Now post-trek, you have no idea how you're going to feel. I will tell you, I have been pretty shattered, exhausted. I've used the last 2 days to sleep on and off. So there's no way I could have had anything planned to go do any other sightseeing or day trips. Also, you can't plan for travel delays. It is very probable that there are going to be delays from the flights from Lukla to Kathmandu or wherever you go. I would recommend you check, if you're going through a travel agency or a trekking company, to check with them and have your flights booked early in advance. Unfortunately, ours booked probably the day before, which meant we got to take a lovely flight from Lukla to a place called Ramashop. Now, Ramashop is 4 hours away, and that is a 4-hour drive, winding, snaking up the mountains, through traffic. It was terrible, so lesson learned, double check this, highly recommend it. And if you're really short on time, there's also the option to take a helicopter from Lukla to Kathmandu. It might set you back $150 per person, but hindsight, it would have probably been worth it. It would have saved us a lot of hassle. kit list. So let me tell you what I have found to bring. Layers, and some more layers. You're going to want a base layer, maybe a short sleeve shirt on the earlier parts of the trek, layered with a thin fleece on top, and then your down jacket. You don't need a heavy down jacket. We had a thin down jacket and that proved to be fine. During the day it's very warm. It gets to be like 22. So you're going to strip down to like walking in your t-shirt, walking in your pants. You'll start the morning off with everything on. Gloves, hat, gaiter, layers. As soon as you hit that sun, you're going to want to take it all off. However, at the nighttime, it's freezing. The last stop we were at was -20. So you're going to sleep in long pants, thin pants, your layer, your fleece, your hat, your gloves. So like I said, it's good to have it all. I do not recommend buying heavy fleece lined trekking pants. We never needed these. Honestly, we just had your normal thin trekking pants and they were fine every single day. The last day was the coldest and I did wear them. I had thin fleece lined pants and they were okay, but to be honest, I would have rather worn my thin ones. So I wouldn't go crazy and buy anything really, really heavy. Other than at nighttime when you bundle up, you don't really need that. There is a lot of downtime on this trek. You're going to start your day off early in the morning. You're going to trek 3 to 4, 5 to 6, maximum 8 hours. But that means you're going to get to your lodge quite early. And then what do? I would recommend maybe bringing a pack of cards or some game to play. I'd recommend downloading a few shows on your phone. We watched some Netflix while we were there. If you need to charge your phone, there are charging facilities at every lodge that will cost you. But maybe to save on cost, it'd be beneficial to bring a power bank so that you can charge your phone at night. Wi-Fi is surprisingly available at every location, and some places the speed was quite quick. It depends on how many people are staying at that lodge. I think the maximum we paid was about 500 rupees per person. And you're going to be surprised that you will be going to bed quite early. It is an exhausting trek, so to be honest, we use a lot of our time to sleep. But I thought these were some things I would have liked to know pre-trip and therefore wanted to share with you. Do reach out if you have any questions. You can find all of this summarized on my blog, and I wish you the very best on your adventure.